without any further ado, I want to recommend somebody who's probably one of the biggest has-beens in our industry, because he has been so much. He has been the president of the Florida Association of Realtors. He is the president of the Realtor Association of Greater Miami Beaches, and he is going to be the president of NAR, we all expect, in 2012. He will be first vice president of NAR, hopefully at the upcoming NAR meetings, and NAR president for 2012, our very own Maurice.
We're talking about the 10 most important aspects of why we should buy real estate in Miami today. There's something called the Kubler-Ross model. You know what that is? Kubler-Ross model? The 5 stages of death. Actually, it's the reaction to tragedy. And this marketplace is going through the Kubler-Ross model. Let me explain this to you. The first stage in the Kubler-Ross model is what? Well, close, but somebody else. Denial. Now, if you were in the marketplace for a while in denial, how many sellers are still in denial today? There's some, but the market is beginning to mature, because after denial comes what? Huh? No, not yet. Anger. After denial comes anger. So what you've got is somebody who said, damn, I missed it by 6 months. The house that I am really upset. So right after anger comes what? Not yet. Right after that comes bargain. You know, if I could just get this much, I could pay off the loan that I took out against the equity, and the boat that I bought against the equity, and the vacation I took against the equity. I got a lot of debt, and my house has to take care of it. It's not your fault. They've already sucked out the equity out of the house. Now, after bargaining comes what? Depression. And today, the real estate market is in a depressionary state. There are areas of the country that are not in a depressionary state. The ones that are most affected are the ones that went up the fastest. Miami is one. All right, so after depression, now you get your chance. After depression comes what? Reality. I love that. So how far are we away from reality? Let me ask you a question. 6 months ago, what was the activity in your office? Pretty proud. Today, I'm not talking about how many contracts you're writing. What's the activity in your office? Short sale foreclosure, but are the phones ringing? Are people responding to signs? They may want to buy it at 40 cents on the dollar or 50 cents on the dollar. They may not be able to qualify, but you're getting activity. But I am going to tell you how to sell this product. I'm going to tell you why it's the time to buy this product. And I'm going to tell you that if you don't do it now, and I'm not talking specifically about you, if you don't encourage your buyers to do it now, they will mortally be upset and feel horrible about the fact that you did not push them to buy when the time was right. Just like they missed the sale price. This, at the time, they should have. This is the time. You can't and you invest in that house, I'm not talking about anything else, just the cash required, 20% down, $40,000 plus closing costs and incidentals, maybe another 10 grand. You've got 50 grand into the house. And you get an appreciation rate on that house, on the average, of about 4% a year. In the first year on a $200,000 house, what's the return? On what? On cash. You're not making 4 or 5% when the house appreciates. You're taking advantage of one of the best opportunities that real estate offers, and that is leverage. And in some cases, you can still get 10% loan. There is a much different philosophy on the lender's side today about how to make those loans, but they still exist. Real appreciation is going to be about 20% or better on your investment. And you tell anybody in Wall Street if they can make a 20% return on their numbers over a 5 to 7 year period, they would line up to loan. Line up to loan. At a much higher rate than you bought in a very short, compact period of time, that's terrific. But normally, real estate is a long-term wealth builder. It's part of a portfolio. It is part of why you invest in buying. Why? Location, location, location. Anybody who's telling you that Tennessee is a better place to live than Florida, anyone who believes that the mountains in North Georgia or the Carolinas, and don't get me wrong, I think that's great, it's a wonderful place, beautiful, it's gorgeous. To me, is a better place to live than a cosmopolitan city like Miami, Fort Lauderdale, or Palm Beach, has only to live in that place for 2 or 3 years. And I promise you, in a few years, maybe less, but at least in a few years, most prognosticators say, things will turn around in 09, maybe 010, you won't be able to buy that land, you won't be able to put the infrastructure in, and you will not be able to build that house or that condominium. If you let your buyers intimidate you, if you let your buyers tell you how bad this market is, without telling them honestly how good the time is for them to buy, how really good the opportunity is for them to buy, then you're doing them a disservice. Really are. You're doing yourself a disservice, but you're really doing them a disservice. And you've got to tell them, I'm going to give you this information because otherwise, in 2 or 3 years, in 12 or 24 or 36 months, you're going to look back at our conversation and you're going to say, Mo, how come you didn't tell me that I could have made this kind of appreciation? I could have invested this in a place of growth. I encourage you. Look, I wish I could honestly talk to each and every one of them, your clients, because I really, truly believe what I'm telling you. If I lived in a different place, but I don't live there. I live here. I live in a vibrant, growth-oriented, wonderful city with a lot of aggressively good things to do and a wonderful future. It's your responsibility to make sure that you give that information to your buyers so that you can sell 1 or 2 extra houses. Thanks so much for allowing me to do this.